Welcome to the Journal Editorial Report. I'm Paul Gigot. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer announcing his retirement on Thursday to take place at the end of the current term, giving President Biden a chance to put his mark on the high court. The president praising the 83-year-old justice as a consensus builder and promising that the process to replace him will be rigorous, while reiterating his campaign commitment to appoint the first black woman to the bench. So how will Breyer's retirement change the court? And will his successor transform its liberal wing? Let's bring in Ilya Shapiro. He's the director of the Robert A. Levy Center for Constitutional Studies at the Cato Institute and author of the book, Supreme Disorder, Judicial Nominations, and the Politics of America's Highest Court. Ilya, welcome. Good to see you. So we don't know who will be the replacement yet, but tell us a little bit first about Justice Breyer's impact on the court, especially the court as it has moved in a more conservative direction.
Breyer has gotten lost in the shuffle a lot. He's not achieved diva status like RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or now Sonia Sotomayor with instantly quotable dissents from a progressive perspective. He was the junior justice for his first 11 years on the court. That's a record since the court attained 9 members in the late 1860s. And so he never got a chance to assign opinions. By the time he became the senior-most associate justice, he needed not just John Roberts, but one other to make a majority. And so a lot of the opinions that he's known for are either dissents or they're in more minor technical cases because he's an administrative law expert.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he made a mark on law and economics in some cases, first on the First Circuit and then on the Supreme Court sometimes in antitrust cases, for example, because he did bring some economic knowledge to the court. You agree with that?
I think that's right. Antitrust is a good example, absolutely. The more economic cases, I think he probably was more influential. He also wrote the opinion in the whole women's health abortion case from 5 years ago, and a couple others. He was the swing vote on the ruling in the religious monuments case that said it's okay to have an outdoor old monument, but not an indoor, newer one for various reasons. But very kind of pragmatic and case-by-case adjudication is what he was known for.
Okay, so let's assume for purposes of this conversation that the president follows through and names a progressive judge to replace Justice Breyer. How is that going to change the court, if at all?
Well, it depends how progressive. Almost certainly the new nominee, who Biden has said will be a black woman. I don't know why he limited it to those demographic categories. A little something unseemly about that. But anyway, probably more to the left of where Breyer is. That won't make a difference in either the 6-3 cases or otherwise. In the vote, they'll be pretty similar to where Breyer would have been, but could be perhaps joining in Justice Sotomayor's dissents rather than keeping quiet towards the center left like Breyer has. So the tenor of the dissents might be different. And also, who knows behind the scenes? Justice White was famously said that every new justice makes for a new court. So the behind the scenes negotiations where Breyer, together with Elena Kagan, often did have influence over some of the more moderate Republican-appointed justices.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask about in particular, because Breyer and Kagan did seem very much to want to work with John Roberts to find either incremental decisions, not going as far as Justice Thomas might want to go on some decisions, or finding moderate positions with the court. And yet you might have Sotomayor with a fiery dissent. I guess, are you saying that the chances of the new justice, if it's a real progressive, and the names that I've seen are real progressives, that we're less likely to see that and a kind of accommodation and more likely to see sharper disagreements ideologically?
I think that's right. And also to the extent that the court, some people call it a 3-3-3 court, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then 3 in the middle, presumably Chief Justice Roberts, Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett. And so you don't even need any of the progressive bloc to make a coalition, if you will. But certainly there would be fewer opportunities of the sort that Kagan and Breyer orchestrated in the first Obamacare case, NFIB versus Sebelius, a decade ago, where John Roberts switched famously on the justifying the individual mandate under the taxing power, but then Breyer and Kagan agreed with the conservatives to invalidate the Medicaid expansion as being coercive. Probably would see less of that, but again, with a 6-3 dynamic or 3-3-3, that's different than a 4-4 with Kennedy in the middle.
Okay, so the big impact could be then that this is just trading 30 years of service on the court with a new justice, younger justice, be there for a very long time, in the minority now, but could be in the majority in the long term. Let me ask you about a confirmation fight. You wrote a book on this. Do you expect one in this case?
Well, the Democrats do have a majority, slim as it is, and several Republican senators have voted for, they voted for Sotomayor and Kagan, and also for a large number of, if not all, Biden appointees and Obama appointees to the lower courts before them. Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, Lindsey Graham, who likes giving these speeches about how I don't agree with you, but you're entitled to, qualified, you're entitled to be on the court. So there is a bit of a margin, and unless something really unusual comes out about the people that have been talked about for this seat, it doesn't seem like Republicans can do anything to stop or slow down the confirmation. That doesn't mean that the margin of confirmation will be any greater than it has been with the last few nominees. I doubt that whoever is picked will get more than 60 votes.
All right. Thank you, Ilya Shapiro. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.